7:30 p.m. only on Capital Television.
CCM restores 4 previously kicked out party members. Amazon troops to engage Al-Shabaab in Jubaland. Tanzanian champions Simba ready for good results in Red Rebels rematch. Good evening, this is Capital News at 9:30. My name is Vanessa Victor. Let's jump right in with the national news. The General Council of CCM has pardoned and restored the membership of party members who had been kicked out, including the chairman of Dar es Salaam region, Ramadhani Madabida. Speaking to the press, the General Secretary of the party, Dr. Bashitu Ali, said that despite restoring the members, the chairman of CCM in Iringa region, Jessica Msambavangu, will continue to be under observation. The committee also said that it is satisfied with how CCM agendas are being implemented and ordered that the pace be maintained.
Nakubali kusamehewa adhabu ya kufukuzwa wanachama kutoka kwa waliokuwa wana CCM wanne.
We have received a request to be pardoned and allowed back into the party from 4 former CCM party members who had committed the offences as CCM party regional and district office leaders. Those being pardoned and reinstated back to the party are Ramadan Rashid Badabida, who was the party chair for Dar es Salaam. The second one is Erasto Igenzo Kwirasa, who was the CCM party chair for Shinyanga. The third is Christopher Mwita Sanya, who was the CCM party chair for Mara region. The fourth is Kondo Madege, who was the CCM party chair for Kinondoni. The party has decided to put under observation former CCM party chair for Iringa, Jessica Mwambatavangu, who requested to be reinstated back to the party.
Mwambatavangu ambaye ameomba kurejeshewa wanachama wa CCM baada ya kufukuzwa kwa makosa ya kimaadili.
Tanzania has joined other nations globally to mark the International Day for Migration at a time when the problem of illegal migration for Tanzania is continuing to get worse. This day was marked in Dar es Salaam, where the Deputy Minister for Home Affairs, Ahmed Masauni, said that despite the challenge posed by illegal immigrants, the government has already put in place good procedures for their protection while in the country. The Commissioner General of Immigration, Dr. Anna Makakala, said that the problem of illegal immigrants in the country is to a large extent facilitated by Tanzanians who lack patriotism.
Some of our neighbors have gone through political instability and have been crossing over into our country to seek protection and have done that for a long time with good intentions. But now there is more political stability in these countries, meaning that these refugees can now return home.
Wananchi hawa ambao walikuja kwa utaratibu wa ukimbizi wanarudi hasa katika mikoa ya Kigoma na Kagera ambayo katika nchi jirani za upande wa Burundi.
Kwa hiyo tutakuwa tunafanya kazi hizi.
So we shall be keeping a record of everyone entering and leaving our country. We have those who enter legally, but once they enter the country, they become illegal immigrants. So using technology, we'll be able to tell whether they are still in the country or
not. Watu wako wapi, wametoka ndani ya nchi au bado wako ndani ya nchi.
Sasa hivi tunapiga hatua kubwa. Sasa hivi tunapoongea,
we're making progress. As we speak right now, we have come up with a diploma, not just for the immigration, but for TANAPA, airport authorities, and the general public, so they can have a better understanding of immigration.
Viwanja vya ndege na wananchi kwa ujumla.
The head of the road safety police in the country, Fortunatus Muslim, has urged officers and heads of road safety in Tanga and Coast region to take part in a combined operation to inspect and catch drivers that break the road safety laws and regulations, especially as we head towards the end of the year. He revealed that statistics show that small vehicles have been the major lawbreakers and cause of accidents.
Pale mpaka usiku. Na sasa hivi niko barabara na mimi ndio nitakwenda hii barabara kaskazini. Tapambana na nyinyi barabara hii ya kaskazini. Mahakamani tunafungia leseni. Tunaelewa? Pasha tunakubaliana na madereva kwamba watakuwa makini barabarani. Kazi nzuri, utii wa sheria.
Residents of Bunju in Kinondoni Municipal have complained of being told to contribute their money for formalization for residents, and that has been done by a company identified by the municipal, with the process failing to be implemented. After hearing the complaints of the residents, Minister for Lands, Housing and Human Settlement Development, William Lukuvi, directed council officials to resolve this matter immediately.
Na ramani na mkurugenzi wa mpango miji, nyinyi wataalamu wa wilaya hamjui kama hata mmeipitisha. Nyinyi mnapenda kukaa kitisha nyinyi kwanza. Ni sahihi. Mlipitisha hiyo michoro.
District experts, have you no idea that this was approved? Did you approve the plans? You must go to Bunju A with a survey company representing that area. I want road networks and areas where people can access social amenity services.
Lakini lazima wapate barabara na maeneo ya huduma.
Sisi wananchi tulipoletea ile akaunti tuliingiza pesa zetu kila moja $200,000.
We made payments to the account given to us. Everyone was supposed to pay 200,000 shillings, and some paid on installments depending on how much money they have. Later, it was discovered that money was going to a certain personal account, so we decided to open a joint account for all of us.
Residents of Windsor Village, Mpwapwa district, have together contributed over 63 million shillings and volunteered to complete the construction of the health center in the area so as to alleviate the challenge of traveling for very long distances to find health services.
Ujenzi wa kituo cha afya ulianza kutokana na namna ya kuanzisha nguvu kazi.
The construction of this health center started as a joint effort between the authority and local residents. Some of the contributions from the people included paying for bricks, 30 lorries worth 1.5 million.
Venye thamani ya shilingi $1.5 million.
Mahali ambapo unakuta watu wamejituma sana kuchanga ili kuletea maendeleo.
A place where people have worked hard to bring development must not be taken lightly, and it is easy for someone to come and cause disunity.
Watu hawa kwa muda mrefu walikuwa na kiu.
For a long time, these people have been longing for this. They heard people from other regions contributing towards their own development, but today you can see how they raised 62 million shillings to build this hospital, while the government has contributed 92 million.
Kwa sababu ni jengo kubwa.
The government of Zanzibar has announced a new plan to set boundaries between the laws of Unguja and those of Pemba, an exercise that will officially begin this week. The Minister of State in the President's Office for Governance of all regions and special departments of the Revolutionary Government of Zanzibar, Haji Omar Khair, has said that the new exercise is not related to the 2020 general elections. He gave those clarifications while speaking with commissioners of regions and districts of Unguja and Pemba. The exercise is expected to cost 37 million shillings for 5 regions and 11 districts of Unguja and Pemba. 3,833 villages will also be involved, and boundaries will be set in all of the 388 laws of Zanzibar.
Kwa hiyo kama una swala kuhusu mipaka ya uchaguzi, watafute mwenyekiti na mkurugenzi wa tume ya uchaguzi uende ukamuulize.
If anyone has any election queries, then please consult the Electoral Commission. This is an administrative business. Those we've worked together advised you that Land Commission personnel, meaning those dealing with urban planning and survey. As a matter of fact, there is one present here today, so he can take your questions. When surveying land, it is important to take into consideration the number of people in an area. So present here, we have people from National Statistics.
Eneo. Kwa hiyo hao tumeshirikiana nao na wadau wengine.
The National Environment Management Council, NEMC, has agreed with the police force to take before legal organs people who throw trash in areas they are not supposed to, and collection of trash in various parts of the city of Dar es Salaam. Speaking immediately after conducting a trip to see various trash discarded in Mbezi Beach A, NEMC Director Dr. Samuel Gwamaka said the council will work with the police force to make sure this does not continue and is stopped.
Serikali za mitaa zisimamie kikamilifu usimamizi na utupaji wa taka aina zote.
Local government authorities should supervise collection and disposal of all waste. Our hope is that they will also separate rubbish, meaning that you cannot mix metal and food remains, or hospital waste and other household waste. We would like local government officials to educate people on this. This will make it easier for municipal council when it comes to separation of waste.
Kuelimisha watu kuhusiana na umuhimu wa kutofautisha aina ya taka.
Kama maelekezo yalivyotoka na kama sheria inavyozungumza, hii sheria ya mazingira ya mwaka 2004 ni kwamba
Environment policy of 2004 states that it is the responsibility of everyone to know where his rubbish ends.
Kuwepo na mwenyewe.
Tunakuta kama hivi mambo makazi mambo mabaya.
It is not safe for our children as they play around here. They could get hurt by syringes and other sharp objects.
Kwa kweli kwa sisi hatukupendezewa swala hilo.
The Advisory Committee of Singida Region, RCC, which met, has said that it is satisfied with the fact that a large operation was recently launched to remove tree fellers and invaders of forest reserves. The forest reserves are legally safeguarded in various parts of Singida region. This operation to remove them is being seen as the government's efforts to stop the invasions of forest reserves, which is something that is threatening to bring about deforestation of the reserve itself.
If you ask why this is happening, they tell you it's about politics and that election is taking place soon. How can this be so? Are the people who have encroached this area the only ones voting for you? There are more people outside the forest than those inside, so how can we allow our forests to be destroyed like this? We had very good trees, but they all have been cut down for charcoal. If we decide to protect our forests, we must look closely and see who actually is responsible. A lot of the charcoal produced is not for internal use. It gets exported outside the country. I ask everyone to work with us to remove these people who have settled in the forest.
And that's all for national news. International news is next. And in international news, the African Union mission in Somalia, AMISOM, said that they are preparing to implement combined final attacks in Somalia so as to take Jubaland, which is believed to be hiding Al-Shabaab rebels.
On the things that we would appreciate is to have joint operations, as well as discuss on how the operation will be successful.
The Rwanda Defense Forces RDF have today announced killing 3 fighters from Burundi during a fight against RDF and the people in Nyungwe Forest Reserve on the side of Rwanda.
Recently, some group crossed from DRC and very close to our border. They didn't go deeper. It was more or less at the border. I think a couple of soldiers were killed. A couple, meaning 2, 3. We are still.
Just 3 months after President Uhuru Kenyatta launched new police uniforms in Kenya, the government has now come out and denied that it aims to order material for the uniforms from foreign countries, especially not from China. This comes after the claims emerged that there was insufficient funds to buy the uniforms.
The Inspector General, the PS and myself, we will not import police uniform in the country. We have to promote the local textile industry. Let me put this to rest once and for all. We already paid for the new uniforms, and the new uniforms are being done.
That's all for international news, but do stay with us. We'll be back shortly with business.
Watch Business Edition as we talk to business leaders and experts in sectors that are transforming Tanzania's economy.
To be rich, I have to be a business person.
It's not an easy road at all.
People need to understand. You must quickly think, how cost effective are you going to be?
Business acts as a way in which it can bridge that gap.
Business Edition will keep you informed on latest developments in the financial sector, extractive industry, tourism, agriculture, energy, construction, and so much more. Meet entrepreneurs who create employment opportunities. Watch Business Edition on Friday at 8:15 p.m.
Welcome back, and let's move on to business news. The Minister of Industry, Trade and Investment, Josephat Kakunda, has given the Business Registration and Licensing Agency, BRELA, 2 weeks to have resolved the problems in their system and for people to be able to register their companies online.
I am giving 14 days from now till 31st of December 2018. All plants must be inspected by our fellows from IGA, who are legally recognized in monitoring e-government activities within the government of the United Republic of Tanzania. If there shall be any weaknesses, should immediately be identified and dealt with instantly.
Hajulikane ili pashughulikiwe.
Tanzania Bureau of Standards, TBS, has burnt down 5 bales of second-hand underwear which were imported into the country as they are not permitted due to the health repercussions.
Hatua ambazo tunazichukua kwanza hizi nguo zote.
The first step that we took is to confiscate and destroy the merchandise at their own cost. We are calling on importers of second-hand clothes. They should stop bringing undergarments. This is a government directive with sustainable investigations. It is best for importers to stop this business because the loss they incur is immense.
Kwa waagizaji wote kuepukana na hizi hasara wanazozipata.
The Revenue Authority TRA has discovered a businessman known as Shabiri Ibadi in Kariakoo who has been giving out receipts that do not match the value paid for new sheets and claiming that they are second-hand, thus the price.
Muuzaji ametoa risiti pungufu ya thamani ya pesa aliyoipokea. Hicho ndio kitu cha kwanza kikubwa.
Traders issuing receipts with a lower value of money that he received. We are inspecting such incidents. However, we have realized that there is also a new scam where a seller imports goods as household items, but when we inspect the goods, we found different items which are bed sheets. According to our business done by us small traders, sometimes it is difficult to import things legally because it leads for me to lose customers. This is my first incident because I work with a lady who sent me here to just buy the goods. She is in Arusha.
And that is all for business news. Sports news is next.
Hi, my name is Kotaro Tokuda.
What's up? My name is Sean Garnier.
I'm John Barnes from Liverpool Football Club. The hip, hop, a hip, the hip, hip, hop. You don't stop the rockin' to the bang, bang. Boogie say up, jump the boogie to the rhythm of the boogie to beat. Now what you hear?
I'm watching Sports Gazette.
I'm watching Sport Gazette.
And you're watching Sports Gazette.
With Sebastian.
With Sebastian. Peace out.
Yes! And you can also watch Sports Gazette for highlights and interviews regarding sports. Do not miss Sports Gazette every Wednesday at 7 p.m. only on Capital Television.
And on to sports news. Tanzanian champions Simba are prepared to get good results in the CAF Champions League rematch against the Red Devils that will be played on Sunday at the National Stadium, with some players expected to be missing in tomorrow's Premier League match against KMC to give them time to rest and recuperate for Sunday's game.
Tunahitaji kigoli hiki, lakini hatuwezi kwenda kwenye hiyo mechi kutafuta kigoli kimoja.
We only need one goal, but rather we are looking for a victory that will allow us to succeed at group stages. There are so many benefits for Simba in a country when we succeed, because Simba will go back to the map of the big clubs. If we will manage to succeed, then Simba will be among the 16 clubs which will be the best clubs in Africa. I believe that the current Simba squad and support from our fans, we are going to win this. However, we are not just optimistic on winning, but on succeeding to the next rounds.
Na sio kushinda, kufuzu kwa next rounds.
Simiyu Regional Commissioner Anthony Mataka has assured participants of the Taifa Cup of getting players in the Lake Zone who are very capable due to their body structure at the launch of the competition in Simiyu region.
You might be aware of more than 30 games that we have according to geography of our country. You can get very good basketballers in this zone because biologically there are very tall people around here. Even in Same district, one can find good basketballers. I don't mean that this does not apply to Chinese, but we can see how good they are in other games like judo and yoga.
The Football Referees Association of Tanzania FRAT has been forced to meet with councillors of the referees in Dodoma region so as to end the long-standing conflict between the union's division in two, with both sides vying for leadership. And Manchester United have sacked manager Jose Mourinho after identifying a catalogue of his failings at the club.
The Portuguese 55 took over in May 2016 and led United to League Cup and Europa League titles, but they are 19 points behind the league leaders Liverpool. The club have made a change after no progress with results or style despite spending nearly £400 million on 11 players. The club also says the new manager will understand the philosophy of the club, including its attacking traditions. It is understood that players and staff are not happy after a disappointing and unsettling period during which young players were not developed. Manchester United are 6th in the Premier League, but closer to the relegation zone than leaders Liverpool, who bet them 3-1 on Sunday.
And that sports item ends our news bulletin. On behalf of everyone who worked to prepare this bulletin for you, thank you for watching and have a good night.